Hi, my name is Andrew Straw. I'm a lawyer from Indiana in the United States, and I run the telomerase.org blog. First, I'd like to tell you how I came to be interested in telomerase, then a little bit about what it is, and maybe just as importantly, what it isn't. My first college major at Indiana University, before I started down the law path, was biochemistry. I had always had a strong interest in biology since I was a child and got a scholarship, so that made sense. A bachelor's in English and philosophy and an education master's later, I was engaging on a law career. There come times when working that one takes a moment to daydream. During one of mine, I was thinking of the German word for nice, spelled G-E-R-N, Gern. Perhaps that's a company's stock symbol, I thought. Sure enough, it was. That was the stock symbol for Geron Corporation, the preeminent corporate leader in telomerase and stem cell research. I read about them on their website and other places, and about their telomerase research, and this interest has followed me up until now. About the thought experiment happened in 1998, and 11 years later, the biochemical researchers who discovered it in the 80s received the Nobel Prize in medicine. They certainly deserved it, as there are thousands of articles on PubMed.com, a national database of medical articles on telomerase and its ability to heal and rejuvenate cells from the genetic level. You'll find that many of the postings on here come from PubMed. The reason I do that is I like to focus on articles that are serious enough to get listed there, and they generally are. Okay, so about telomerase itself. It's an enzyme. Practically speaking, its purpose is to repair the tips of the chromosomes, called telomeres, which unravel as the cell divides. It's just part of the cell division or reproduction process that a little bit of the telomere is lost each time. Naturally, in cases where there is damage and the body makes cells divide to repair it, telomeres get shorter faster. It happens in the case of HIV patients' white blood cells. It happens in injuries. It happens in arthritis. It happens all over the place because our bodies get damaged by stress, disease, or injuries all the time. It's called aging. Once the telomeres get too short, those cells can't divide anymore, and we run into all sorts of trouble. The next step is for the cell to die or to malfunction and turn into cancer. Telomerase, though, is a naturally occurring substance that repairs those telomere tips. In study after study, telomerase has been shown to reverse the aging in these worn-out cells. As early as 2001, there was research showing the skin cells of an 80-year-old person being rejuvenated to look and act like a 25-year-old's. There are two approaches to this aging question as far as it relates to telomerase. One is to do things that keep cells from needing to divide and the telomeres therefore from unraveling. You can eat foods with antioxidants. You can stay fit. You definitely should reduce stress at all costs because that's a disease in itself and it causes damage all throughout the body. The other approach is to take something that will activate telomerase, which isn't normally active except in just a few cells in the body and also cancer cells, and restore your telomeres. There's a company called TA Sciences that sells a supplement called TA65. TA65 was developed by Geron and licensed it to TA Sciences. Apparently the results have been very good. Originally, the supplement and the medical protocol cost $25,000 a year. It's way out of most people's range. But the cost has dropped dramatically and is now $6.60 per day, according to TA Science's website. I've sometimes wondered why take a supplement when you could ingest telomerase directly. Cancer cells produce telomerase in great quantities. That's how they can divide so much and overwhelm us. We should be able to extract telomerase from large batches of cancer cells and use that. I haven't heard of any company willing to do that, probably because it involves cancer cells, and people are afraid of that. In a future talk, I'll explain how cancer may be a historical item very soon, but that's something for the future talk. For right now, let me address the issue of telomerase and cancer. Yes, cancer cells do turn on telomerase, which is produced by a gene we all have. Those cells keep it on, and it allows those cancers to divide wildly. Without telomerase, they'd probably not be able to do that, and cancer wouldn't be such a problem. Geron, in fact, has developed drugs to target the telomerase in cancer and fix the problem that way. That's fine. However, some pseudo-experts, I like to call them, have taken it upon themselves to conclude that telomerase causes cancer. Geron on its website answers this question. Quote, "We have shown that while telomerase does not cause cancer, which is caused by mutations in oncogenes and tumor suppressor genes." So the main innovator for decades now says very clearly that telomerase does not cause cancer. Shall we listen to them, or some journalist who didn't quite pay attention, or another pseudo-expert who is trying to make a splash? I'll take Geron. And if you really think about it, if TA Sciences is giving people a supplement that causes telomerase to turn on, do you really think it causes cancer? They've been doing it for years now with no lawsuits that I am aware of. You'll notice that we have a Facebook page, and I really invite you to join it so you can join with the other people who are interested in this topic and talk about telomerase and the various scientific and other issues that go with it. Other people have asked me about this company or that one, and what is a scam and what isn't. Let me tell you very directly. The only company I know of that is using Geron's technology for a telomerase activator is TA Sciences. I know of a scam site in the UK, something involving ground up sheep gonads from New Zealand, and some other companies having different claims and products, usually having to do with cosmetics. Now, without endorsing anything or any company, I would only mention that Geron is the leader in the research. To my knowledge, TA Sciences is the only company with a license from Geron. Need I say more? If you'd like to make suggestions about things to post here, please let me know. This is a passion of mine, and it's always fun to get ideas from other people with the same passion. Please email me at andrew@andrewstraw.com. Thanks again for visiting, and enjoy the site.